Hey everybody, it's Lauren DeFreitas, your Dallas-Fort Worth realtor and investor. In this video, we're going to talk about 10 ways that you can finance your real estate investment. Stick around till the end of the video. I do have some really fun giveaways for everybody, but let's go ahead and start counting down 10 ways to fund your real estate investment with pros and cons of each. So my fellow investors, you already know that money is a tool, it's a resource, and it is used as leverage to help you grow your portfolio and build wealth. Number one on the list, everybody, cash. Cash is king, especially these days. Pro, you're able to make stronger offers on properties and you're able to fund renovations quicker. Con, you have to have it. Now, how do you find cash? Well, you can use your own. You can use a private lender. Now, that could be a family, friend, neighbors. So really the con of cash is getting it, having it, and being able to use it when you need it. Number two, hard money. Pros of hard money, you get it quickly and you're probably not going to have to do as much paperwork and due diligence as you would with a traditional bank loan. A con is that you're going to pay for that convenience. Interest rates are traditionally higher and you may have a payback schedule that you need to stay on top of. Number three, seller financing. A pro is that you're going to be able to negotiate terms with the seller. You can come to an agreement on the length of time of the loan, the interest rate on the loan, and a down payment on the loan. Now, a con is that usually the length of time that you have to pay it back is not going to be 20 years, 30 years, because the seller is going to want their investment back most likely sooner than that. And the seller is going to have to vet you. You're going to have to find somebody who already has 100% ownership in their property, doesn't have a mortgage, and then negotiate with them from there. So finding these deals are a little bit more difficult, but when you can, take advantage. Number four is a HELOC, or a home equity line of credit. Now, a major pro is that it is very flexible. You can take money out, put money back, and borrow over a set length of time money that is equity out of your own property. Now, a con is that they do have variable rates of interest, so you want to make sure you have a plan for putting the money back. And they're not really free to get, even though it's equity out of your own property. You usually do have to pay a fee to borrow, and you usually have to pay for an appraisal of the property to make sure that the bank is secure and that the loan that they're offering you. Number five is crowdfunding. Now, this is becoming a little bit more popular. I'd say a pro is that instead of having to convince one investor to let you borrow a sum of money, you're convincing multiple investors to invest smaller chunks of money. So a con is that you may have to promise those investors a little bit higher return on their capital so that they'll want to work with you and work with you again. Term limits may be shorter and the project is going to have to appeal to a larger number of people. Number six, construction loan with collateral. Now, you may only think of construction loans as being available for new construction, but that's not necessarily the case. You can find financial institutions that are willing to loan you the amount of money required for the down payment of the property, or the entire purchase price of the property, or the purchase price of the property and the renovation of the property, depending on the assets that you have on hand and how much of a liability that you are to them at the moment. Sometimes they'll just use your lending history as creditworthiness for a future project, but oftentimes they're going to want some collateral on another property in order to secure this type of a loan. Number seven, private money from an IRA. Now, here's one very creative way to use private money that investors are already investing. You just need to get them to invest with you. So one major pro is that you're already working with investors. They have money sitting there waiting for better returns, and you can negotiate a length of time of the loan, percentage interest rate of the loan, and some other variables that are attractive to both of you. One con is that you do have to do a little bit of legwork by going to meetup groups for self-directed IRAs, and you do have to go through an IRA custodian to make sure that the investor has properly managed their money. Number eight, house hacking with government money. So house hacking is where you rent out a portion of your property or even just a room in your home to somebody else and they help you pay your mortgage. This is a very common way for real estate investors to get started. Now, house hacking with government money is if you don't have a lot of money to put down on a down payment. So for instance, an FHA loan would be maybe a 3.5% down, and a USDA loan even has 0% down, just like a VA loan. So if you can find a government loan and you don't have to put down 20%, then you have a little bit more money to use towards other investments, or at least get started on this one. Now, an FHA 203K loan will even pay part of your renovation. So pro, low money down and help with renovating. A major con is that they do have rules and stipulations about this. Number one, with the USDA, you have to be in a rural area of less than 10,000 people. With an FHA 203K loan, you do actually have to use a certified, registered contractor for the work, so no DIYs on this one. But again, if you're just getting started, maybe you're not ready to DIY the project, and you can learn the process while watching a professional do it and be ready for your next investment. Number 9, a cash out refi, but with a twist. So a cash out refinance is where you take money out of your home, kind of like a home equity loan, but instead of being able to draw and repeat, it's usually just one lump sum payment at one time. So the cash out with the twist part is that you take out, let's say, $100,000 of equity out of your home at about a 4% interest rate that you borrow from the bank. And then you loan that almost like a hard money lender to another real estate investor at, let's say, 10% or 12%. And you're going to pocket the profit in between. So a pro is that this is a relatively passive way to invest in real estate, and you can use the profits that you make to maybe fund, let's say, a renovation on a rental property, buy that new hot water heater or air conditioning unit that you need in one of your units, or put down new flooring, small kitchen or bathroom renovation with the profits that you make, borrowing money at one rate and then lending it at a different rate. A major con is that, again, this is not free. You are going to pay fees to do this. So do factor in the amount of money that you need to borrow the loan out of the profits that you make, and just make sure that you're not doing all this work finding accredited borrowers and taking out a loan on your property without being very sure what your profit's going to be at the end. Number 10 is a bridge loan. You could either have a long-term bridge loan or you could have a stable loan, which is a short-term asset-backed bridge loan. These are used when you have one property that you want to get into and another property that you need to get out of. As an investor, you know that there's an opportunity cost to everything. So maybe you can't wait to sell an underperforming property in order to get into a new deal that's going to make you a lot more money long term. So these loans help you in between by using basically an equity in the property to help fund purchase and actually the mortgage or payments on an old property. So one major pro is that, yeah, a bridge loan helps you purchase a better property now and gives you a little bit of time to sell the underperforming one. A con of this method is that usually you do pay for this convenience. On top of just the mortgage interest, you usually do pay a fee for the bridge loan itself. So it can be a great method to use as long as the benefits of the new opportunity outweigh that fee that you would pay to borrow the money now. Alright guys, well now it's time for the giveaways that I promised you at the beginning of the video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that I know you want to hear more about how to invest in real estate and build your wealth through real estate. So homeowners in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I would love to be the real estate agent when you are ready to sell your home. You may not be ready now, and that's okay. But take advantage of my homeowner loyalty program now so we can develop a relationship, and when you are ready to sell, I'll be here ready to help you. My partner, Connor Steinbrook, gave me permission to offer his house flipping course to my viewers for free. So check out the link in the description below and enjoy. Real estate agents, I want to talk to you about building wealth. We always talk about investing in real estate, but we need to also invest in you, in your career, in your business. There are 3 ways to build wealth: actively, residually, and with equity. Now I know my fellow real estate agents are out there crushing it. You are on the phone, you are in your car, you are closing deals, and you are making things happen. But we also need to talk about the opportunity to make residual income off of your hard work and how to build equity in your company. So check out the links in the description. I would love to sponsor you with my team at eXp Realty. You get 100% commission after a low cap, free transactions on your own real estate investments, and just for making your very first sale in the company, you're going to get stock. Shoot me any questions that you have about joining eXp Realty, because I would love the opportunity to sponsor you and to show you a better way to build long-term wealth, even generational wealth, with the opportunities that there are with this company. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining me today. I hope that you learned a lot about how to fund your real estate investment. I'm an investor in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm always looking for opportunities to work with agents, investors, and new clients. So call me, text me, email me, DM me. You can find me. I have links below. And everybody, until I talk to you again, be real, buy real estate.